Eazy E, you brought his name up earlier. How you feel about the way he passed away? Because it's always been like a mystery behind his death.
I find it very odd, suspicious, ironic that Ice Cube, shout out to Ice Cube, I'm a fan, that Ice Cube would name, I believe it was the very next album. I can't remember. I grew up in that age. I was in high school. I remember when the Ice Cube Lethal Injection came out. But are you telling me that's a pure coincidence? Is that a pure coincidence that people are spreading the narrative that Eazy may have been injected with AIDS and Ice Cube comes out with an album called Lethal Injection? And everybody knows the comments that Suge Knight made. I forget whose show that was, that night show many, many years ago, not too long after the death of Eazy, when Suge Knight said, or he said something, somebody give you AIDS or shoot you with AIDS or something. And then I saw another documentary. Somebody was talking to one of Eazy E's friends, and he said Eazy E used to get what's the Asian therapy when they stick the things in your back?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. It's on the tip of my tongue, man. I know exactly what you're talking
He
about.
said Eazy used to get that done often. And he said he believes that Eazy may have been infected with poisonous needles, acupuncture. He said Eazy may have been getting injected with poisonous acupuncture needles. But whether you look at Ice Cube Lethal Injection, whether you look at the comment Suge Knight made on television during that late night show many years ago, or whether you listen to the comment from one of Eazy E's friends who says he was getting acupuncture and he believed the acupuncture needles may have been intentionally or unintentionally contaminated with the AIDS virus, you almost have to come to the conclusion that he was given AIDS. The wife didn't have it, thank God. The baby didn't have it, thank God. According to Bone Thugs and other people, he was perfectly normal until he heard he had it. Perfectly normal. They said he was wrestling and running and chasing and smoking and fighting and having fun. So when he found out he got AIDS, the next thing you know, he went down in like a 30-day period or a 2-week period, so they say. I know people who died from AIDS. I know people who died from AIDS. And they didn't die from AIDS or drop significantly in 30 days after finding out they had the AIDS virus. Eazy E was given something. Why? We don't know the full details as to why. But I definitely believe he was given something. I believe he was an early experiment in assassination because we know that the FBI and the CIA, they have very advanced means of disposing of people. They got injections, they got sprays, they got food, they got chemicals, they got all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff. And I believe Eazy E may have been an early experiment in assassination weapons. Now, I did see a doctor say that 2 of the women he was dating did come up positive for the AIDS virus. That don't mean they got it from Eazy, and that don't mean they gave it to Eazy. And anybody who knows anything about the science of the transmission of HIV, a heterosexual male, it's very difficult for the heterosexual male to get AIDS unless he's using intravenous drug needles. Regular traditional sex with a woman, even if she has the virus, is difficult for you to get it because that's to travel up your urethra. And as you know, we release out into the woman, right? We shoot out. We don't receive. Women receive. We give. And so it's very difficult for that virus to travel all on up there and infect the male, unless you're using anal sex. And I have no reason to believe he was homosexual or intravenous drug needles. And I don't believe he was doing that either. I believe the power structure gave Eazy E AIDS.